photo is going viral. Have you seen this? This is real. It's a real photo of Messi and a baby Yamal. That's really him as a baby. Now, this is from 2007, and some fans are saying that this is a huge conspiracy and that FIFA has been scripting every game for the last 20 years. Now, that's obviously ridiculous. I mean, you have to be stupid to believe that. Until you look into it. You see, Messi is 39 now, but he was 20 in that photo. 39 minus 20 is 19, which is how old Lamine Yamal is now. And what number does Yamal wear? That's right, 19. What's more, this picture was taken in 2007, which was 19 years ago. And what was Messi's jersey number in 2007? That's right, 19. That's totally real, but it gets crazier, because the final takes place this Sunday, July 19th. Oh, I wish it ended there. But unfortunately, this conspiracy hits close to home. You see, this studio has one row with 19 seats. Row 4, okay? And if you follow that to seat 119, you'll end here with this person right here. Hello, what's your name?
Dominic.
Dominic, why don't you look under your seat? I think you might have an envelope in there. Don't show it to me yet. Don't just show it to the camera, Dominic. And then open the envelope. Yeah. Wow, there you go. It's 18. Okay. What is your name?
Lauren.
Lauren, could you look under your seat? I think you might find an envelope there. Don't show it to me, but show it to the camera. See there. Check under the seat behind me. Okay, hi, what is your name?
Swara.
Swara. Why don't you look under your seat? Maybe there's an envelope there. Why don't you show it to the camera there? Yeah. Can you hold up yours, Dominic? 18 plus 1, 19. There you have it. The World Cup final is rigged.
Oh, my Lord. The Leo Messi conspiracy is live, and we are back. Coach Unfiltered, episode 13. I'm Coach Sean. I'm with Mr. Ryan, Mr. Danny today. Okay. Leo Messi conspiracy. Go.
How is it even a conspiracy, man? It's just, in my opinion, it's just a very weird coincidence. How is it a conspiracy?
A coincidence?
Don't look at me. I don't have any thoughts on it. I'm not.
All right, so according to the conspiracy, right, Leo Messi was president somehow 19 years ago. I don't know if it's implied in this, and I'll be the first to say it. Are they trying to imply that Lamine Yamal is Leo Messi's illegitimate child? Is that the implication here? Yeah. Implication. I am not accusing.
Are you sure?
Are you accusing?
No, I'm not accusing.
I'm
just making sure there's no
You're
accusations,
not accused.
bro.
No. I'm just saying. It seems to be implied that way. It's weird, but then that's all over the internet. You were saying yourself, you don't like to see online right now?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's going on?
There's too much drama, in my opinion. I do not like all the misinformation and, like, all the people just... Like, I get it's a trend to, like, be like, oh, my God, the World Cup. But when it's to the point where people aren't reading the rules and the laws to see how the game actually works, and then there's like, oh, my God, not a foul. It's like, bro, look. I just can't, bro. I can't anymore.
What's your thought on it? What do you see out there?
I mean, I'm not dealing with this. I look at the actual sources, so I'm not going. I don't know where you're going.
It's my For You page, dude. It's my For You page. I can't do anything about it.
Your For You page. This is what you get.
It won't go away.
Wow.
Doesn't your For You page give you what it like? Doesn't it go based off of what you watch?
Ooh.
So,
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, but like, dude, whenever
so that means you're going to look for this.
No, it's not that. Whenever you see something so outrageous And then it's like, and then you check the comments, right? You just spend like 5 minutes reading the comments.
You
like,
looked at it.
No,
still
but like,
looked
yeah,
at
well,
it.
yeah.
Opened it.
Well, yeah, exactly. But like, it's
That's-
just no. It's just what I'm saying. The volume of it is crazy, dude. Like, it's astronomically higher this World Cup.
You know, I have the same problem on Instagram when I look at those cat videos. And that's why I end up sending everybody videos of ninja cats and, you know, Lamine Yamal cats and
Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland. And so that's kind of cool. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. The conspiracies are in about Argentina is about to win the next World Cup.
Yeah.
They even did the referee selection. And immediately it lit up with, oh my gosh, the 12th man is here. Congratulations, Argentina. Congratulations, Leo Messi. What's your thought there?
I mean, I think it's kind of stupid in my opinion. I mean, the match hasn't even started yet, and we're already going to, oh, there you go, Argentina's already won.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
What? Why is it like? Oh yeah, like no matter what it, I'm pretty sure no matter who the ref is, they're still gonna say Argentina won.
Yeah.
Like that's the even funnier part.
Well, if you follow Jimmy Fallon's conspiracy theory, right? If you have a referee and say it's Ryan, and they're like, oh wait, Ryan once visited blah 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 at Messi's hometown, and then they'll trace you all the way down to the World Cup, so
Yep.
you see Ryan's really for Argentina. He was once standing in front of a Leo Messi little tchotchke there, so you know he has very, very pro-Argentina vibes. And this is how it starts. You can go ahead and conspiracy theory that if you want. Go ahead. Yeah.
I know. Okay.
I know. So does anyone feel weird that are we in soccer withdrawal?
Yes, I am.
I'm
much
just
am.
going to go back to club after this, so I'm going back to my club team.
So what are you watching now?
Pretty much TikTok.
TikTok?
And F1 whenever it happens. I mean, there's a race tomorrow morning, but whenever there's no race week, what
do you do?
What am I supposed to do?
Here's how desperate it's become. I found myself looking for a tournament. I saw it on one of the streamers, and it's a tournament that's done in North Carolina, and I can't remember what it's called right now.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's a $1 million check to the winner, right? And you see these teams going 7v7.
You talking about the Baller League?
No, not the Baller League. There's another one. And so they go
can't
for $1
remember
million
right now.
bucks, and then as you get down to, like, you finish your full time, then there's an added bonus, and they say, oh, there's now a target score. You scored 2, you scored 1. The target score is 3. Whoever makes it to 3 first. And then you play against each other, and every minute they take a player away from you. So it ends up being 1v1, 2v1, 2v2 at the end.
Wait, TST?
TST.
Yeah.
There it is, TST.
I have
Yeah.
never heard of that.
That's how desperate it is. I'm watching something like that going, I need more. Thank you, FIFA, for that.
See, can you really call yourself a true fan? See, this is like a year-round thing. This keeps going.
I know it does.
Once the World Cup ends, you go back to club where you've got all your league teams.
More. So
But
they
we won't go back to 4 games
They
a
are
day.
talking about expanding. They want to expand it to
To
64
64.
Again?
again.
Yeah.
Because it was such a hit, right? So that's something that's interesting. Let's see what happens with FIFA.
Gonna have that tiny Caribbean team no one's ever heard of somehow gonna win the World Cup.
We're gonna have a round of 64 at some point. Not
Of
2030,
course. Oh,
but
yeah.
like round of 64.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
At the rate we're
dude.
going, it looks like a round of 48 is gonna happen.
It's going to
Oh,
get
dude.
interesting. Just be on the lookout for
Yeah.
it. So here we are. We started talking at the very beginning about the World Cup, and I remember at the beginning we all assumed that the powerhouse was going to be France.
Yeah.
We also thought Colombia could be a dark horse.
Yeah.
We thought Germany was going to put something up,
They didn't do
and I was never sold on U.S.
it. No.
I just never was, right? So here we are at the end. My two teams, my two selections were always going to be Argentina and Spain. I just never expected that was going to be the final. That is not what I thought. One or the other, and I was going to be cheering for Argentina. And now here we are, and I'm going,
See, I expected more from France, honestly.
Me too,
Because
dude.
they did really good going to the semifinal. They smacked around each team. They just brute forced their way. But then come semifinal, silence.
well, we'll get to that because there's a lot of rage baiting in those matches.
Oh yeah.
Let's start with the quarterfinals. So last Saturday we had England, Norway, right? Feed the giant was the policy. feed the giant. Sorloth forgot to feed the giant.
Yeah.
Right?
That upset me.
All he had to do was feed the giant. They would have
He
scored.
was wide open.
Wide open. And why did he not feed the giant?
Supposedly, he claims in an official statement that
Ooh.
he did not see him at the time, and by the time he did, it was too late to play him.
Oh, really?
Which can technically that is reasonable because he had his head down when he received the ball. He didn't look up beforehand, so he could have actually not seen Holland. But at the same time, as a professional player, you should be scanning your surroundings.
What if he didn't look up on purpose? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
Or are
joking.
we starting more conspiracy theories now?
I'm joking. I'm
I
joking.
think I did see him where he put his hand up like this and he was dribbling.
It's like I don't see Holland. No.
Well, was he wearing glasses too?
Yeah, he was wearing glasses. He had blinders right here. Going, no.
I have to score.
I don't know. Is that a moment of greediness? Is that just a moment of, I'm just going to get the job
Well,
done?
it just seems like it made no sense. I mean, you had your right foot wide open. You choose to cut across the two defenders and try to just brute
Right
force.
into the keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't much to watch. And I'm going to miss the Norwegian row.
Oh, yeah.
I was really enjoying that.
Yeah.
I mean, all the celebrations that we saw throughout the tournament,
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool. But that was always one of my favorites, how they started and they finished. So I'm going to miss that drum. Boom, boom. So
They'll
that's
come
going
back
to be,
next year.
yeah,
They'll come
hopefully
back
The Rue.
next year.
next
Yeah,
4
okay,
years.
okay,
Next
USA.
next time.
4 years. All right.
Next 4 years.
So that was cool. But then England moves on.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything but Harry Kane. Anyone but, right? Anyone but. So then, I've just never been a fan. I'm sorry. So then we move on. Argentina, Switzerland that night.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. I really thought Switzerland was a highly technical team. They had younger legs. They weren't getting tired. I thought they were going to do some damage, right? But then what do we get?
The dive.
The flop.
Those heard around the world.
Heard around the world.
Yep.
Okay. So
Oh man.
how do you even? All right, as a referee, one as a coach, I'm going. They fouled my player. I'm gonna advocate for it. As the referee, as you're running behind that play, I'm looking at it going, yeah, that would have looked violent to me. I would have pulled out that yellow card and be like, hey, no, that was a little too
It's
much.
a different angle from the front versus
And
the
then
back.
thinking to myself, if my assistant referee doesn't back me on this, and the coaches are right there, I know a couple of coaches that are going to scream bloody murder at me, going, "Ref, how did you not? Nothing happened. No, that's a yellow. I'm sorry, coach. I'm sorry. You know what? You take a yellow too for all that yammering."
Yeah.
And that's how you control that situation. But what actually happened then? It comes the video. Now you have the video, and here's Embolo, Briel Embolo, right? Takes a dive, like literally took a dive, then stuck his leg out as an afterthought, like, oh wait, he has to hit me. In the middle of the dive, and falls. And then he pulls up his leg and rolls around a la Neymar. Actually, we have to rename it now.
Before any contact had even...
Before any contact.
The
So,
defender, if he's over here, the defender was still back here, basically.
Yes.
He's already falling as the defender's
and that's
coming
when he
in.
realizes, oh wait, he hasn't touched me.
So he kicks him.
Let me kick him. So the referee gives a yellow. The VAR team, we got a problem. We got a problem. Oh, that is incorrect. Incorrect. He needs a review. He goes, I see the whole thing, but okay, I'll review. He looks at it, goes, huh. And I can imagine that conversation. He's like, really?
Yep.
Bro, you just need to straight up turn it around and give it to that guy. What a performance, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oscar worthy.
It was.
That
It
was
really
an
was.
Oscar-worthy performance.
No one could really tell until you saw that slow-mo. You're like,
If VAR didn't catch it, it would have went on.
It would have went on.
It would have went on.
yeah.
And he already had a yellow. He already had a caution.
I don't know why he did it.
Yeah, there was no reason, bro.
Because I think we have forgotten that the technology exists. Unless you're playing at your league level.
Yeah.
And anything under the pros, that technology doesn't exist. We have VAO cameras, but nobody uses it
Yeah,
for anything.
exactly.
Right? There's VAO camera. Everyone has a VAO camera. VAO camera is a 3-lens camera that,
Gets the
that
whole field.
records the whole field, middle and to the sides. And then you can stream that. You can get clips. You can do all that. That's VAO. But it's not in use for the referees. The coach can come to me and be like, look what just happened. Look what he did to my player. Look at it. I can't do anything with that. I cannot use your video evidence, right? But you can show it to me, and I'll tell you, you know what, $200 or $300, I think is the rate. Submit it to the league, and they'll let me know let you know what happens. And if you lose, they keep the 300. So that's usually been a big deterrent for stuff like that. Now you've got VAR. Really? I mean, pros. You're a pro. At this point, you should know everybody's watching.
Yeah. There's no escaping it now.
So
I mean, doesn't VAR have like the game showing on like a screen, like with all the players and the ball?
6 different screens.
So, like,
And someone dedicated to each thing.
Yeah, so it's like, it's just, honestly, my opinion was kind of sad.
So 3-1, Argentina goes through. Honestly, okay, fine. And
Another comeback.
It seemed like an easier game for them.
Yeah.
No problem there. So now we get to the big stuff. The semis. Big shocker. Shocker number 1. France versus Spain. What happened?
France didn't show up, it looked like.
No, they showed up.
Yeah, they did.
It was just they got neutralized by a system that was tried and proven.
Really?
There was no point. If you watch that entire Spain performance, France couldn't even touch the ball. If you watch the build-up to the second goal, they start from the back. Even when there's 3 players pressing, they're either going to dribble out of pressure or they're just going to pass it off. They show no signs of fear, no signs of hesitation. They just played. One of
the coolest things that, as a coach working with kids, I remember I was working with a team, 12-year-olds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the hardest part to teach is allowing them the confidence to play out of the back, where they can pass to the keeper and allow the 11th man to actually become part of the play.
Yeah.
And switch that ball using the keeper as a pivot and even the center back.
Yeah.
You teach it over and over and you work on it. And if you have assistant coaches, a lot of the time the pushback is never pass to the middle. Don't pass to the middle. And you hear this in the youth leagues all over. But they never learn. I had the one time with a team, no one contradicted me. No one said a word. I had been working on this. And then one time, pressure to the back right, pass to the keeper. Keeper turns, pivots, passes to the left, pressure, center back to the keeper, distributes wide. And I went, yes, like beautiful. The kids were looking at me like, the guys looking at me, well played, gentlemen. Amazing. That was control. Parents started screaming immediately, don't pass to the back, don't pass to the back. And I'm like, guys, like, calm down. It is difficult to teach it. It's developmental. And they do it fantastically well.
The reasoning for it is that when you look at it from like the top, it does seem like a bit of a risky strategy for some players, especially if, let's say, the lower level where they're not as skilled. A slight mistake can easily lead to a goal. But if that's tried and proven, then you can easily just work around that.
Yeah. So it's an interesting tactic there. Okay, so then as we're going into the match, at about 20 minutes, you end up with Lamine Yamal getting a penalty kick. Your thoughts on that one? Go.
So since I haven't really played as much like on the field, I was really conflicted about this because it's like he was going to clear the ball, but at the same time, I feel like he should have made sure there wasn't anything around him, like any players charging in. But at the same time, it was very conflicting for me because I honestly didn't know what to say because that's just out of my area of expertise.
Okay. When you're clearing at the back like that, would you have even looked or just try to get the ball away from the goal?
I mean, ideally, you try to look and you try to aim it in a certain direction, but at points like that where you're being rushed, sometimes you just kind of have to clear it, punt it out. You have no choice sometimes.
He did not expect in any way Lamine Yamal to run through that. Lamine expected contact. You can tell right off the bat.
Oh, yeah.
He
was going for it.
He was going for the contact.
He went full dive head first.
Yeah, there was no reason he would have done that if he wasn't looking for the contact.
If you're the referee and then the video confirms it, the ball ended up right there. And that's still playable.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So then he gets hit. He knows enough to go, this is my moment. This is my miracle. And takes it. Digne's going, but no, that's a penalty. Controversial to say the least, especially as people don't seem, it's difficult to understand and comprehend. Ball was still playable. That ball's still, by an attacker.
Mm-hmm.
He hit the attacker, which then neutralizes him. That's a foul.
Yeah.
Do fouls happen in the box away from the ball that you don't call? Yes. Yes, they do. But that's just contact and fighting for space. You don't have the ball, so I'll deal with you later. If it's bad enough,
pretty much.
they punch each other, I might just stop play and go and give reds. But if they're just pulling and yanking on each other, I might come back and sanction one of them with a yellow card to kind of tone it down.
Yeah.
But that's about it. So, minute 30. Oh, my gosh. Cucurella. El Cucu is just too much. Too much cuckoo for him. He ends up over, can you say it any other way? Over cuckooing. He goes into the guy, fouls him once, strips him of the ball, comes back and knocks him out of the way. Like, cuckoo.
Yeah, he went
Right?
full violence.
That yellow was deserved.
It was.
Yeah.
That yellow was deserved. There was if he wouldn't have given him anything for that, that would have been a conspiracy right there.
Right.
dude.
Yeah.
That would.
So then the beautiful combos they started coming up with, the Dani Olmo and Porro combination to get in front of that goal. Wow.
Yeah.
Technically fantastic.
I mean, like I said earlier, if you look at the build-up, the start of that play where they go, starts from the back to left back, center back.
1 minute from build out to the goal.
I'm pretty sure every player on the field touched the ball in that play too.
Yep.
Because
Wow.
left back to
That's how
keeper,
build-up
center
Well, yeah.
backs.
That's how the
We
build
practice that all the time.
Yep. Now, you see it,
now I'm
right?
seeing it,
And you
yeah.
saw when they got up there, Danny almost split the entire defense. Bordeaux's wide open. He's just standing there. He's like, oh, okay.
I have
Free
a
ball.
Yeah, exactly.
No
Free
one
ball.
even tried to
Free
contest.
ball.
France stood there like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, shucks. They're going to score.
So then it
Yeah.
wasn't until what? Minute 81 roughly, Mbappe finally decides,
Yeah, but
I'm taking it, and I'm pulling this team
he
forward.
tried to do it himself again, which it didn't work out this time.
So
Unfortunately.
Unai Simon, Cucurella, the Spanish defense just would not let him through.
Yeah.
He had a couple of shots. Cucurella moved it. Unai Simon stopped him. The best one. Breakaway ball.
Yeah.
He's got two defenders, literally right here. He's like seeing the ball right there going, oh my gosh. The keeper comes out, heads it.
Oh, yeah.
That was
He's all the way out of the penalty
Yeah.
area. Heads the ball, runs backwards, right? The player goes, free goal. And the keeper goes, wait, okay, let me position myself. Bang, right into him.
See, here's the thing, because that was Doué that took the shot. I'll never understand what he was doing because he could have either passed it to Mbappe, who was wide open,
Oh.
or if anything, he could have even chipped the keeper. Instead, no, I'm going to shoot the ball directly at the keeper on the ground.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
sir.
will never understand his thought
You
process.
know what? He was already doing his FIFA celebration. His goal celebration, he was going to do the Sue. He
Yeah.
was already considering,
Yeah.
do I do the Sue? Do I slide? It's going to be a big one.
Yeah, that's sort of looked like.
He was going to be like, I brought the comeback this time.
Yeah, I
that
brought
was
it this
that was
time.
I
the
brought
worst
it this
attempt at
time.
goal I've ever seen.
So, to Danny's point, it's a system. They play as a collective. They play as a group. They're going to be tough to beat. They broke down France and smothered them. And there was no way
Yeah.
France could play that because they made France look like a YouTube video soccer squad, which is what I call you have 6 different YouTube videos and you make your squad play just like those YouTube videos and they have no cohesion. It's just, hey, let's go from video 1 to 3. Spain just played.
Yeah.
That's developmental ball. That was awesome.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So that's going to be great. All right. England versus Argentina. Because does anybody notice that the VAR has not been as active in the last week of matches?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
They haven't been showing
They've been
nearly
using
as
it
much.
less and less.
I think they figured out the crowd is like, no, we don't want to see the magic. We only want the magic. We don't want to know how it's done. And so they said, okay, fine.
If you let people see what happened, like, oh no, but you guys are wrong. This is what actually happened.
Yes.
That's the problem with showing the VAR.
Yeah.
So
And I get what they try to do. They try to show that. So they're like, look, this is what happened. We are showing you this. But of course, fans are fans.
We don't want
They're
that.
going to argue.
I want to scream at the referee.
Yep.
Right? The referee's
just how it
wrong.
goes.
Figure the story. Don't show me what. Nah. Especially now we have to deal with the fact that Croatia got eliminated by a hair flick. Right?
Yep.
It is what it is. Oh, and by the way, that Holland, the Norway, England hitting the bird or a locust or whatever you thought it was, nothing. The ball said nothing.
I still don't understand.
They asked the ball went, nothing happened.
Then apparently that ball defied physics.
It said
Goes
no.
straight up, going
So-
in a forward motion, stops midair.
That conspiracy's dead.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the ball just stops midair, falls down. England scores. I'll never understand it.
They said it was a natural occurrence. So I trust science.
That ball must have had a ton of backspin then.
But personally, I really like them showing because I love seeing the technology in it,
It's
like,
great.
and especially
Yeah.
since I love F1, also seeing how like technology is also like coming together in all these sports as well. It's for me, it was really fun to see.
It was cool. But I think it was too much, and now they've really like sleeked it down. It's very, very, very
Yeah.
nice. It flows well. I think now they've decided, hey, I just need you guys to tell me I see no foul, and then Ryan's over there going, no, there's clearly a foul. You need to look at it, and then Danny goes, confirm foul, got it, foul.
Yeah.
And then now they're more conversational during the match, which they should have been anyway.
Yeah.
And it just seems to be working better. So, Argentina, England. Okay. To use a bad analogy here, Argentina has always been known as the conquerors, colonizers, right?
Yeah.
Literally what Argentina, I'm sorry, England, excuse me. England has always been as the colonizers and conquerors.
Oh, dude, you scared me for a second. I was like, Argentina?
Well, yeah, back then the day when they conquered Spain.
Dude, that scared me for a second.
But England literally hid behind their castle wall,
Yep.
and they allowed Messi to become a battering ram. And when that didn't work, Leo Messi turned into a catapult and started sending balls of fire into them
Until finally one got
until
through.
they got through, which
Yeah.
eventually happens. If you've ever watched The Siege, the castle always loses.
Yep.
So Argentina comes through. England scores first,
Yeah.
right? That kid Gordon.
Oh yeah.
You know, I was
Amazing.
actually doubting Barca signing him for that much, but seeing his performance this World Cup, I'm actually looking forward to seeing him play in Barca.
I'm gonna disagree there, but let's keep going.
Yeah. No, just want to
So
add that.
England then, right? Harry Kane's really, the last best hope, but not today, Harry. Not today.
He didn't really show
Yeah,
up.
He didn't do much.
His what is it, like the best time of the match for him was him trying to get the ball off of Messi.
Oh my lord. Okay, so
Hang on,
We'll
we'll
get
get
right
there.
there. We'll get right there.
His highlight of the match.
So Gordon scores the first goal, and then they start pushing into a more defensive.
Yeah, they just parked the bus at like minute 60.
Yeah, they switched to 5-4-1 immediately, which was really shocking. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So at this point, the manager, right, is saying, now he's saying in statements,
Yeah.
he says, well, I think it was more of on the field player decision. That's how they decided to play. Like, coach, even during the
Yeah.
water break, you should have been like, hey, we need to get back up there. And according to other people, he was actually telling him to go back up.
Yeah.
Do you think he should have subbed out Harry Kane?
Yeah. Harry Kane looked tired. I mean, you were going 90 minutes straight with Argentina, who's just pure brute force. They're going to beat you. They're going to fight you every way possible. Harry Kane just didn't have that.
Yeah.
I think he should have been. He looked exhausted by the time they scored, dude.
Well, he was doing literally everything.
I know,
He was
that's-
defending. He was passing.
Yeah, he was doing he was exhausted. I have no idea what
So
he was
tell me
on
how
that
much
long.
fun it is as a player to try to play every position from top to bottom.
It sucks.
Exactly. Harry Kane was trying to do what a kid at 12 years old does: is I'm going to play at the striker, but I'm going back to defend, and I'm going back
Yeah.
up, and I'm going back up because I'm Harry Kane, and I'm going to make this team work. That's what it felt like. What he actually did, I don't know, but that's what it felt like. I'm watching a kid's match now, and then he's too tired now to do
Yeah.
anything else.
But see, that usually works for Kane because he does that same play style where he
Yes.
drops to the midfield and he'll defend sometimes because typically he's like, okay, I'll contribute to the attack and I'll get up there. He's usually able to keep up with the offense too,
Right.
but he just couldn't do it.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I don't know if he was
and then of course
gassed.
there's the fun, as you were mentioning.
Oh my
He
God.
tried to take the ball from the one, the only Leo Messi, the most creative player of all
Why
time.
don't we explain how he got to that moment?
Oh, that was
Oh,
great.
dude.
Leo Messi actually got the ball, right? He holds on to it. Harry Kane is like, I'm Harry Kane. I'm 17 feet taller than Messi. I will just remove that ball. Messi went, no.
Messi basically shoulder flicks him
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, dude. He flips over Leo Messi. He's on the ground now. Then Leo moves the ball away from another player. Goes, I got it. Wait,
Well, yeah,
what?
they literally, after they saw Harry go down, they're like, you they toss him over
Dude.
there, and they're just throwing literal bodies.
It took 5 defenders to take Messi down.
Yeah.
It took 5.
Never doubt the power of an older person.
He's 39, but he
Dude,
looks.
he's 30.
He's 39, but he looked like he was 19 in that.
He
moment.
looked like he was, yeah.
He outran a 21-year-old in
You
that
mean Lamine
same
Yamal
match,
19?
bro.
No, we're not doing this.
Lamine
No,
Yamal 19?
no, be
Yeah,
quiet.
that
No,
19? Hmm.
no.
All right,
Oh,
so
we're
that
going
was
back
crazy,
to-
right?
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. He's still here. You can't take your eyes off him.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I remember mentioning at the very beginning is Leo Messi, to me, is a great player, not because he just scores goals.
Mm-hmm.
He knows when to switch to the other direction.
Oh,
Go,
yeah.
You score. They're going to pull to me. You take this ball. Hey, you take that ball.
Yeah.
And he looks like the mad genius.
Well, yeah, he got the man of the match award with 2 assists.
So I need you to just put your head there. Don't worry about it. I'm going to hit your head and score. I need you to just stick your foot out. I'm going to hit your foot and score.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get credit for the goal. And, you know, my genius does it.
I mean, we saw that in both the goals. Exactly
Yep.
what you're describing.
Yep. So I don't know, guys. It's now set up. And we have Spain versus Argentina for the final.
Yeah.
I'm conflicted. My 2 top teams are playing, and this is not what I was expecting. I was expecting a rehash of the France-Argentina.
Oh, everyone was.
Oh,
France
me
looked
too.
I was
dominant.
expecting France-Spain, something.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do we feel about the final match? It's set now.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out who to root for. I
Yeah,
mean,
me too.
it's either root for Messi's last ever international game, most likely, and hope he wins his second World Cup,
Right.
happy retirement,
Right?
or root for the new generation and see what happens there.
So, oh my gosh.
I'm at that
It's
same
hard.
point, dude. Like, cause it's like, but at the same, I'm gonna root for Argentina just cause look, Spain has more. They have more years in them. Like this squad.
But
It's
you have
not
to
like they're
understand,
retiring after this.
Spain also hasn't been to a World Cup final since 2010.
2010. And they played the same way.
Yeah.
In a moment when I talked to our guest, we were saying that they played. This is 2010 all over again.
Yeah.
That slow burn. Here they come. Oh, and they beat Netherlands 1-0. It wasn't even like a thing. It was just we're done. We win and
Yep.
we go home now. Thank you.
Nice little volley by Iniesta.
So yeah, this time it's gonna be Danny Olmo playing that mid. Oyarzabal doing the
Who
goal.
was-
You got this side correctly, by the way. Oyarzabal.
That's how you pronounce it.
Oyarzabal.
I will never be able to pronounce that.
Dude, really? You're
Oh, yeah.
Persian. You guys roll your R's all the time.
Oh,
Oyarzabal.
no, I can't. I don't want to try. I'm gonna embarrass myself.
Oh. All right, so final set. We are looking at then Argentina, Spain.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Messi pulls it off and automatically 9-time Ballon d'Or.
So here's what I'm thinking. I feel like Spain takes the lead, and then we're gonna see a late Argentina comeback in that 80th.
Penalties? No penalties.
I think it could easily go to penalties.
It could.
I think it's
I mean,
easily.
Yeah, dude. Because even if Spain like is up 2-0 by like the 80th minute, we've seen this all the
Yeah.
way from in the knockout rounds. For some reason, when it passes the 80th
Yeah.
minute,
I think
Argentina just decides to score like 3 goals.
Very true.
the
Very
difference between this game though and Argentina's previous, Spain is not England. They're not gonna park the bus after they score 1-0.
Oh, no.
If France was any proof for that, after the 1 goal, they're gonna smother you and they're gonna keep trying for a second goal till they break you.
Very much
So
so.
is that could work really well against a team like Argentina who only lights up in the 80th.
Yeah.
So let's prepare for the final. July 19th, third place team. Who do you think wins?
France.
France, yeah.
Is anybody really
France.
trying?
I don't think
I
either of
don't
them want
think-
to
I've
be
heard
there.
players talking about it and saying,
It's basically
why do
participation.
we even have it? It's a participation trophy. This is no good. But you're still in the World Cup.
Yeah, but think about it. Oh yeah, we just got knocked out of the tournament. But hey, you're gonna stay here and you're gonna play for third place, not second or first. Third place.
At least everyone doesn't get a trophy.
Yeah.
So come on
But-
now.
You
At
know,
least-
but
Still,
they're still in the golden boot race. Both Harry Kane and Mbappe.
Harry
are.
Kane
They
won't do it. I don't
Well,
see
Harry
it.
Kane. Well, I'm just saying they're still in the race.
Mbappe
but Mbappe
could,
pull
but
it
he hasn't scored in the last 2 matches now.
All right, so think about that. Then at the very end, when they're awarding the cup to whoever, you have to be on stage with the winners.
Oh,
Go,
that's-
and here's your golden boot. Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
You know
Yeah.
what? At the same time, it'd be better if Mbappe didn't win it because it'd be like. I'm not saying that in a bad way.
I'm just gonna feel bad if he wins.
I love
Oh my
Mbappe, but
gosh.
like, imagine the feeling, dude.
Yeah.
So,
He already had to do that the last time, and he got
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
what's your choice? Let's see. Question of the day: Argentina or Spain? You going for the high technical definition of Spain, or are you gonna sit with me and watch Leo Messi earn his 9th Ballon d'Or?
Yeah.
And the stolen World Cup trophy will drop from the sky and appear to him as he wins his back-to-back World Cup. We know this is gonna happen. I've said it. I predicted it. Watch.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Just deal with it.
See, if you're wearing an Argentina jersey, they automatically win. So what happened the other day was whenever England scored the goal, I actually wasn't wearing my jersey, but as soon as I put it on, they scored.
Right? They came back.
See, I wasn't worried. I just kind of England scored the first goal. I just sat back,
And waited for that reaction.
Man, just give it a minute.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
All right, guys. So that's all we got for World Cup recap. Go ahead and enjoy the matches, and we'll come and wrap all this up next time. Coach Unfiltered. I've got a guest coming up after our commercial, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Go. All right, well, welcome back. So, I've got my special guest today, Coach Jose Arredondo. Welcome to Coach Unfiltered. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man.
Pleasure to be here.
All right, so tell me a little bit about you. What do we do not know about Coach Jose?
Well, I've been coaching for over 15 years in the Houston area, work with all sorts of clubs, and of course have my own academy at this point and run my own semi-pro club.
Nice.
Yeah.
I hear you're a music teacher or a player?
I was a music teacher for a couple of years, and currently I'm also a music director at a church out in Friendswood.
Oh my gosh. How does that even fit in your head, dude? Soccer and music, it's doesn't your head just explode with that stuff?
Oh yeah, but you know, like it's like how the Brazilians say, hey, for soccer there's a rhythm.
You gotta have that rhythm.
Yeah, you gotta have that rhythm. So for life, same thing.
Nice. So you make all this work somehow. You got a full-time job, and then you're doing your coaching in the evenings.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a great experience to just keep shaping the young minds of America
Oh my
through
gosh.
the youth sports.
So we were talking earlier. You came up here. You came from Mexico. Started playing here. Your first clubs here. Where did you end up going?
Honestly, I just played in school. Couldn't afford a club.
Okay.
Club was out of the question. I played club back home, of course. And so the first experience I had here with organized soccer was just at school. Playing at school. Yeah.
Okay. And you thought, ew.
Yeah, a
this
little bit.
is the best they have.
True story. First time it was middle school.
Okay.
They say, hey, who wants to come out and play football? And I'm out there going, oh, yeah. And then they start throwing the ball around. And I'm like, wait, what is
football? No, wow. Now that's cool. That would be something. Yeah. I moved here when I was a kid at 6 years old and lived in Mexico with my grandma. Came over here, and I used to play on the street. We lived in una privada, a little private street. And we played there. Right? And that was every day with these guys. I come over here, and they did flag football. And I'm lost. I'm trying to figure out, so what are these things for? What is this for? Okay. And I know you catch it and run. Okay. Ran the wrong way. Scored against ourselves. But hey, I got that ball, man.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
It just threw me that I couldn't kick it. Like,
No, it was even more hilarious because half of us went out there wanting to play soccer.
Oh
right?
my gosh.
And so we just sat there and going like, wait, what?
Wow. Welcome to the U.S.
Yeah.
Man. So now you're coaching. You're back in youth leagues. And where do you coach now? Where do you work? You don't have to mention names if you don't want, but you're working for multiple teams?
Yes, I work for multiple teams, not just my own. I run my own program.
Okay.
And of course, we play in UPSL, we've done USSL, and currently we're projected to also have a second team in the Volt League
Okay.
for the fall.
Okay.
And but also I work for other clubs. I coach for a little bit at UST. I was their goalkeeping coach for a season.
Okay.
So I was very exciting to be able to coach at the collegiate level. And of course, work for Soccer Shots. So I've done it all from little kids all the way to young men.
So your current academy that you're with is Texas Hawks FC, right?
Yes.
That's you guys.
That is us.
Nice. Okay.
7 years now. We've been around for 7 years in the Houston area.
So I
Yes,
only
sir.
discovered you guys a couple years back. And actually, what I was looking for was something in my area that was not the norm. Like, immediately, you got the big academies. They pull up as soon as you look. Then somewhere towards the bottom, it says Texas Hawks FC. And I was, never heard of these guys. And I remember sending you a text, and I got a response like that. And I was like, so where's your club? What are you doing? You're like, no, we practice here. Okay. And then learned more about you guys and your program and your system. I'm like, you're an independent. That is unheard of. You don't see that anymore. There's very few, if any. Who else is kind of in that same boat? Because I don't know of anybody else really.
Not with their own academy. It's very, very hard. It's such a tough situation in Houston where everything is just landlocked. You know, you have to deal with, of course, all the red tape to try to get into any other leagues. So, yeah, we're very unique. When you said we're not the norm, we're definitely not the norm on that.
And you have kids, right? You have a younger teams.
Correct.
What league do you play in?
So we were in TYSL for quite some time, and currently we're doing 5 tournaments a season.
Okay.
So that's kind of worked a little bit better in my format for the parents, where they're still filling out the sport, seeing if, hey, is this something that my kid really wants to do, but I don't want to spend an arm and a leg, you know? And so we found that through that development, it's a lot easier to say, hey, how about you try it out, but you commit for only 5 weekends a season. Oh, wow. We still offer training year round for that same price during the season so that your kid can actually develop, right?
Wow.
Everybody loves talking about development, but nobody actually invests in
Thank
development.
you. And that's been a big deal. I'll cut over after the World Cup and the U.S. national team, right? And everything that happened there. The conversation is now, well, why are we so far behind everybody in development? What's going on here? My biggest thing is I've seen the ideas. We need to change the structure, the way the MLS recruits. We need to change how USL works. We need to change ECNL. The one thing I do not hear from anyone is we need to have a development program in place. What is so difficult there?
Man, I 100% agree with you. And I think it's just different monetary interest, right? How can you change a system where you have so many benefactors, so many people benefiting from what we currently have? It's going to be like you're just swimming against the current on that one, right? Because there's no straight path anywhere. That's the hard part. You go to, we as Texas Hawks have reached out and we develop a lot of our players, and we go to Mexico and we find them professional contracts.
Oh, wow, cool.
And we've worked with those pro academies, those big pro academies like Rayados, Tigres, you know, and down south. And man, their structure is completely different.
So how does it work over there?
So just to give you an example, right? If first off, they have scouts.
Okay.
Right? And these scouts are located all throughout the country, right? In different zones. Of course, if your kid's talented enough, he's going to get picked up by one of these scouts and recommended to come have a tryout, right? If he's out of state, the club actually provides free housing, free education, right? Free meals. So your kid, if he's talented, he's going to get picked up. He's going to have a free ride, right, for the club, free development all the way through the pros.
Okay.
And then in the hopes of course, afterwards, them benefiting from actually selling that player. But it's just explaining that to the American parent mind. You go, what do you mean my kid doesn't have to pay anything? It's like, no, you know, in a true merit soccer society, that's how all the big clubs work.
Interesting. Man, can you imagine if they did that here? Who benefits here?
Well, we talked about all the talent in Houston that we have, right? In the
There is
soccer
so
scene.
much.
So much. Imagine if Dynamo had a structure like that. Wow. I mean,
Imagine that.
that would be something else, huh?
Years ago, 20 some years ago, I used to think Dynamo was the standard bearer here in town. They were actually putting together the ID camps. They were everywhere, everywhere. Every 6 months or so, ID camp, winter, summer, they were really looking for kids. Those camps were full. And I remember going and sending my oldest there, and they tell you, oh, yeah, we've selected these kids, and we like to get all these people in to our program. And then they vanished. They started pairing themselves up with the biggest soccer club in town, and became kind of the pathway to the academy. Then they separated ways, and now it seems like they are just themselves. And I'm like, okay, so there's no further path. Now they're going across to the leagues and other places and going, I'll take that one. I'll take this one. They don't have to do the ID camps anymore.
Correct. And again, like how we're saying, that those multiple path options, right? And how do you even guide a parent through that, right? That's the hard part, because you'll see an ID camp, for example. Having been on the other side, we ran an ID camp for UST every fall.
Okay.
You had 200 kids show up. They pay about 140, 200, and of course they get to train with the staff. And out of those 200 kids, maybe one selected, right?
Wow.
And having hosted ID camps, you'll see that as well, right? Like we've hosted an ID camp with a pro scout for Rayados this past fall, and brought in one of the UST coaches as well. And we didn't have a great of a turnout as those other camps where you get 300-500 kids, but hey, 4 of those kids got selected, right? And whether they accept the bids or not, that's up to them. But you go, like that's interesting. So does my kid need to be in one of those MLX, next academies, or what kind of batch does my kid need to make it?
Exactly.
Or does he just show up to this camp, is good enough, and gets picked up? Like, man, that's the hard part in the current system that we have, is there's no one direct way, and there's no one consistent way, right? So for a serious parent, you go, I don't know where to put my money.
The original structure in Houston was Houston Youth Soccer. You would start at the bottom with rec, and people would play from there. And that was run by Houston Youth Soccer and then sanctioned by South Texas Youth Soccer. So between the two entities, those are the big entities through U.S. Soccer that you saw your child go up through the ranks and say, hey, I think they're better than rec ball. Let's move up to Division 2. Right? So you're down here in what they call Division 4 and 3. Division 2 is when you go into the STISA matches, and now you're in the Eastern District Players League structure, or the South Texas Classic League, I think it's called now. And Division 2, Super 2, and then you move into Division 1. For that team to make it, you start a kid at 8, 9 years old, and you progress them through that. You should be, according to the structure, Division 1 at about 15, 16. So U17, U16 is when you get into that Division 1. And now you're playing high level soccer. That was the original. Somewhere along the way, U.S. Soccer showed up and said, the system's too heavy. You could never just put a team where you wanted to. You had to actually work your way in. So they said, we're going to start U.S. Soccer. U.S. Soccer, hey, put a team wherever you want, and you hold that spot, and you just keep moving players in. So as soon as Texas Hawks purchases a spot and you are in Division 1, you could be relegated there. In Division 1, you could be relegated, but they don't, because there's not enough teams. So they go, okay, you didn't do very well, but there's really no one we can move up and nowhere to put you. We still need 8 teams. So you better do better this season because you could be relegated, but now you're, moving out of there and your kids are going. And now then MLS Next Academies. After the developmental league, the U.S. Soccer DA went away, MLS decided we'll develop players. And we see how that's turning out. Through the academies, they want to go MLS Next, MLS 2, then there's Girls Academy, Texas Academy League. So, yeah, there's like 4 pyramids or 3 pyramids to try to figure out, how does my kid do this?
Right, and then even take it a step further, even if my kid is in those top tier teams, is anybody even looking at my kid?
Is
there any continuation? What kind of development is that club providing for my kid, right? What kind of information am I getting as a as a parent that's going to help me actually take my kid to that next level, right? That doesn't quite happen when you compare it. This is why we're miles away from other countries,
Thank
right?
you.
When you compare about it, if my kid's just good enough in Mexico and plays for an academy, I don't worry about anything.
Exactly.
I don't worry about nutrition. I don't worry about the workouts. I don't worry about the path because the path is in front of me.
Yep.
It's a direct path. Like if my kid just keeps progressing, eventually he'll get an offer from the top team, right?
Right.
And he just went from academy to professional play.
There you go.
That's we don't have that. For the life of me, I don't understand why it's so hard for us to understand that, right? Like, yeah,
Money.
that's right there. You hit the nail on the
Money.
spot. Yes.
If my soccer club, if I start a soccer club, honestly, you can start with the concept of I'm only educated, I'm doing this. Most people that start up are a partnership with so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. You got millions invested. Hey, let's get the best fields. Let's do the best thing. Let's do this. Let's do that. And now we need to make more. So how do we make more? Numbers.
Absolutely right, and you'll see it with some of these bigger academies. And I'm not gonna name names, but I work for some of them, and they are reluctant to even grow. Right, they're reluctant to even move and spend more to get to the next level because they say, hey, you know what? I'm comfortable making my millions here. I don't want to spend more. Right on the on the competitive side, see, smiling because I think you know what I'm talking about.
The MLS
right?
mentality.
I don't want to buy that next badge or go to the next level because my margins are great. So what's my incentive to offer something else out there for the community? It's none. It's none. That's what it is, and it's very unfortunate, but that's such a reality. That's when we talk about this big loaded question, right? Of how do we change youth sports in America and especially soccer, like. Wow, like I said, you have to flush down the toilet, the entire system, and start again.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of money, man, and nobody's gonna want to do that.
No.
The biggest thing that I've seen. So then you have to deal with that, right? You're dealing with the money issue. Then there's the development question, and development is different than your kid just playing. You have to have everything from curriculum to principles of play. Some clubs have none of this, and I know a few. So if you just join a club and it's just, we're all going to play, there's 6 of us, each one of you is going to coach a team, do whatever you want because it's rec ball, and that's how your kid gets exposed to it. There's nothing to develop them. He might have his own style. I might be watching YouTube videos to train your child, right? And we're just going to come at it different ways. But as long as my kid looks good, because I'm a soccer dad, right? As long as my kid looks good and his 3 friends, yeah. And little Timmy who doesn't know how to kick a ball, well, we'll just put him at keeper.
And what's even crazier about that is you'll have these big clubs say, oh, we're so competitive. And every step of the way, even when you get to GA, MLS Next, notice that they have to share halves.
Yes.
Right? So how is that not pay to play? Right? So my kid might be better than your kid, but it doesn't matter. We both pay the same fee. My kid plays one half, your kid plays another half, right? So we still share minutes.
Right.
So goes back to the developmental thing that you're saying. How is that competitive, right? How are we actually looking at the benefit of the player, at the growth of the player, right? To say, hey, you know what? I'm so sorry, parent, but Timmy doesn't have what it takes to play a full half, right?
Ouch.
Imagine saying that. Oh my God, you will lose so much business, right?
Of course, yes.
We'd rather say, hey, it's okay. Timmy can play the second half. It's all right.
And then you get all the parents going, not Timmy.
Not Timmy, exactly.
Man, coach.
But we've been so ingrained with that as part of the norm. This is what normally happens, right? That we just turn a blind eye to it, right? As a parent, you go, oh, yeah, but my kid's playing MLS at the top tier. Is he sharing minutes?
Is he?
Oof.
One of the biggest things that I've seen then, if you look at the players, once they get to a certain age, they've gone through college, and a lot of them, even with lack of development, manage to make it because there's some coaches that actually go, okay, so 10 of you can't pass. We're going to work on that at the college level to get a team to play. going back to something like Spain, you're looking at a team that's been developed from the time they were 8, 9 years old. They are now at the World Cup level. Everyone's going, how does the U.S. get to that? Well, we need to have a national system that works that way, but we don't want that because, again, who controls it? Who makes the money? If I'm not making the money, I don't want you controlling it. Let's put a board together. We all control it.
You know, and not just that. I take it a step further, right? I think it's ingrained in American culture, unfortunately, right? You look at football. There's no relegation in football.
Nope.
Basketball, same thing.
Right.
So you can be the Browns and lose every game, and you're still gonna get the first draft pick.
Worst team next.
That's to me is insane, right? So what are the stakes?
What are
right?
the
And
stakes?
MLS, is the same thing. They suffer from the same illness. You can go an entire season, not win a single game. There's no relegation. Yeah, what happens? How do we develop that? It's not like let's look at the Prem, right?
Right.
I think, in my opinion, best league in the world.
Okay.
Because they were able to monetize actually the sport, the competitive side of the sport.
Okay.
That's why they always have more than one team that's good, right? You usually have 4 or 5 European teams in that league that are always bringing it. And you look at that relegation, man, it's actually intense. It's a big deal there.
Everyone's trying to get back
right?
up.
Everybody's trying to stay in the Prem, right?
Right.
We don't have that, right? We don't have that spirit. So then when you look at the national team, it's a reflection of what you're building, right, at home, or the exposure that your players are getting, right? So if your players are not playing in those top teams and your homegrown talent is not getting that competitiveness, then you wonder, like, how do we think that we're going to get to that next level, right?
Makes sense. I mean, it does. And there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. But again, I don't think another pyramid or changing the structure is what we need right now. We need to have a serious conversation about development. How do we develop? At what age do we develop? Up to what age can you develop? And then, like you said, I believe we talked about it, at the age of 12 in Mexico, if you get picked up in the academy, right? You went in there, you tried out, they liked you. But then they're going to continue to develop, you actually start getting a stipend. The kids start getting paid.
Yeah, we've seen it that if at that point, it's like if your child is good enough and keeps developing and keeps climbing that ladder within the academy, right? For the pro team.
Right.
They start getting stipends. They start getting paid. That's, to me, imagine explaining that to the American dad or mom, like, hey, if your kid's good enough, our club's actually going to pay your kid to play. That's insane, right?
Wow.
Like, we're miles away from even trying to imagine that type of system.
Because who benefits,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. You go like, wait, why would you pay my kid? I don't understand what's going on, right?
Yep, exactly. This topic's always going to be a can of worms. And we will revisit that one. So then further up in the leagues, you've got USSL and then UPSL. And USSL league, tell me about these leagues.
So to give you an example, right? UPSL, it's considered the 4th, 5th division, right? In among the many pyramids of professional soccer in the U.S., right? Comparatively with USL, which USL is more like a summer league for those players that are coming back from college and need a place to play.
Okay.
USSL is a great homegrown project in Texas, that developed out of the necessity of having the same level of competition, right, as UPSL, but in a more affordable sense. And so that's where that project developed. Are they at the same level as UPSL comparatively? We've done both. We've done the Premiership and UPSL, Division One, and we've done USSL.
Okay.
And there's always gonna be competitive teams out there.
Interesting.
With different managers, different playing styles. And at the end of the day, you have to look at, as a brand and as a club, an organization, what are you providing for your players?
Okay.
And so that's where, going back to that pyramid, it gets very confusing, right? Because, do I go play USL? Do I go play USSL? Do I go UPSL? And I'll go further, and the same thing I explained to my players, it's irrelevant, right? It depends on your goals, and do your goals align with the organization you're in, right? I've taken kids at this level to their professional careers, right? And we've done both leagues, and we haven't done the top league, which is USL,
Right.
not yet, God
Right,
willingly,
right,
right?
right,
Maybe
right,
in
right,
several
yeah.
years when I
Yeah.
become a millionaire by winning the lottery, hopefully, right?
It's coming,
Because
it's
it's
coming, it's coming.
expensive, right?
Of course.
But you go, is there any benefit? Yes and no, right? Is there a difference? Yes and no. There's always a difference in cost, of course, but is there a difference? To give you an example, USSL, we always have two teams that are playing the USL League, right? And that's considered higher level. So do I pay a little bit more and go UPSL where I won't play those college teams, right? But I play more local talent
Okay.
and more establishing clubs. Or I play a little bit less and take my club and hey, we're gonna play against those college players. And it's gonna be a harder time. But going back to development, is that gonna develop my players?
Right.
Right?
Right. So, age-wise, who plays in these leagues?
Man, they're open from 18 to I think the oldest player we've seen is 37.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
and
that's
so,
not England, is it?
Nah,
If you know who you are, you know who you are. Hey, whatever, man. I think it's awesome. If you're playing, you're playing. So,
well,
you've
and like
even-
I explained to people, sometimes you may not want to go pro, but you want to play competitive,
right.
right? We all miss that camaraderie of like, I got to show up to a place and practice and make friends and build that teamship, and some people, that's what they want to do. And some other players are like, Coach, I want to go college. What's the path like? Or Coach, I want to go pro. What's the path like? And we explain that to them. These are the steps.
Huh.
So it's a very interesting market out there.
Wow. Now, some of these guys that you've had, I know you've had a couple come through you, and then you've taken them to Mexico to go see some of these scouts and teams.
Correct. We've actually taken the whole squad now 3 times.
Really?
Three times over the summer.
Okay.
And we develop the players before, during the season. We say, hey, we come up with a nice, affordable package for them. And we actually go train with the scouts, with pro coaches, and play against 3 of the top teams down there
Okay.
in the lower divisions,
Okay.
whether it's Division 2 or Division 3. And we work with those guys to get them out there, to showcase their skill.
Wow. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And God has been very, very grateful to us that we've had the opportunity to help 4 players this past year sign their pro contracts like that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So when you say, hey, is there a path to go from point A to point B? There is a path. You just have
just
to
not
be
conventional.
in the right organization.
Right. Okay. And that's really, honestly, one of the things I discovered when you and I started talking. I was like, wait, there's a whole different path of it. There's an unbeaten path through these leagues, guys. You can form teams generally at any age and play this route if that's the goal, if that's what you want to do.
Well, and also I would say, make sure again that your goals line up with the organization you're joining. Because
there you go.
just how we talked about earlier, a lot of these newer and other organizations and clubs are adopting that same style of, well, if I just open up the space and charge the money, like in the clubs, do I have to do anything else, right?
Do I have to do anything else? I think that's the thing right there. So money over development, that seems to be the path. UPSL, USSL is a good path. I know I've stuck my son with you guys, and he wants to go that route. So I'm like, go. So we had to walk away, and this is the hard part. You have to walk away from the club system if that's the case and say, I like this or that. Where does it align?
And if you look at the club, almost any club, once you start getting to those older ages, sophomores in high school, juniors in high school, those teams fade away.
Yep.
And there's a reason for that, right? Because at that point, the kids are fed up with what you were offering, right? The parents have figured out, like, oh, this is just,
We're paying
a
for
money
those
trap.
guys. Yeah, exactly.
This is just a money trap.
It's just a money
that's
trap.
it.
Right.
I'm paying
Yes.
for a badge to have a nice uniform, but my kid's not even being looked at. So what do we do? What do we do next? And this is where some of our clubs come in and say, look, these are options. Your kid still has a pathway to college, still has a pathway to professionalism. It's just a matter of finding those right places for you.
That's interesting. Really interesting. So, again, feeding into our youth soccer structure in town, pick your path. And
Yeah.
I think you've said it correctly. What are your goals? Is the goal at 9, 10? Have you already made up your mind that your child is going to go pro? How many people actually know that at that age?
Whew.
Parents. Well, parents.
Man, I tell you, yeah.
Parents is different, right? Parents know.
And well, there's always the two sides, right? There's the parents that know, and then there's parents that want their child, right? And you go, man, like what? We have to get down to earth sometimes with those parents and say, hey, I don't think little Jimmy can make it. I'm glad that you're this supportive, but
I don't know. Have you tried chess?
But I've met several parents that were not known, right? I think we still hold the pro level at such a pedestal that we think surely my kid is not gonna make it, right? It's 1 in a million, right? Like how could my kid ever make it?
Right.
But when you look at the opportunities that we have now, man, I remember when I was looking at this and pursuing my own personal career, right? I was 18, 19. There was only 2 clubs in Houston that were considered semi-pro.
Whoa.
That's it. That's it.
Wow.
And you look at now, you drop a dime and there's a new one.
I want to go pro. We'll talk to you. We'll come over here. Just 5,000. We'll get you. We'll look at you.
Yeah, we'll
look at
we'll
you.
look at you.
We'll give you a tryout. Good Lord. Well, there's another picture, guys. Thank you for coming in, sir. I appreciate your time, and we'll definitely have you back. There's a lot more to uncover here. Let's wrap it up with last week. I went locally and looked at the secret tournament sponsored by Soccer Factory out in Katy. It was interesting. So Soccer Factory, I'm going to give you guys a quick shout out. This one's on me. I buy a lot of good stuff there. You guys have been really good at providing uniforms now for a lot of the clubs in town. And you have a nice array of cleats in there. I may have to come and get some different ones because the ones I bought to try to get back on the pitch, bad idea. Yeah, I don't have the same feet I did 40 years ago. So, and then they had the secret tournament, and they were provided food by Sammy's Zito House. Now, Yusuf there at Sammy's Zito, man, this is food.
It looks great. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm hungry, man.
We need to go to Sammy's Zito House.
Absolutely.
Because they did a good job. Let me show you a little bit of the gameplay that we saw there. It was really cool. To play the younger kids. And, those young kids can really move that ball around. You're trying to just keep up with them. And they really had a good time there. I enjoyed watching this little pitch, by the way. They put it up one night to the next.
Wow.
Like Friday night, they were putting it up. And they had the turf down and the poles. And I was like, are you guys going to have this ready for tomorrow? Oh, yeah. And this is what they had the next day.
That looks really well. Well done.
So, thank you guys for sponsoring the Nike as well, for showing up. They were allowing people to try on cleats and play in the tournament, which I'll give you a secret. My son probably should have tried, because he ended up trying his own cleats, which are round studs and turf.
Oof.
They don't mix.
Nope.
So he ended up sliding like shampoo. It was hilarious to watch, but I think he had a good time there. We enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So that's all we got for this weekend for Coach Unfiltered. Coach Jose, thank you for coming on and explaining some more of the overly complicated structure of youth. And literally, whatever you want to pay, that's where you can play.
Amen.
So, from all of us here, thank you very much. As always, are you ready? Let's go. See you next time, guys. Yeah, man.
That's good.
Thanks for coming on. I
Yeah, of
hope
course.
you enjoyed it.